हेलो लर्नर्स, वेलकम बैक टू कलेक्शन ऑफ स्टडी यूट्यूब चैनल। आज की इस एजुकेशनल वीडियो में मैं आप लोगों को डीएवी क्लास 8 इंग्लिश लिटरेचर के चैप्टर 1 3 क्वेश्चंस का सॉल्यूशन देने वाली हूँ। तो चलिए स्टूडेंट्स शुरू करते हैं। अंडरस्टैंडिंग द स्टोरी, टेक द करेक्ट आंसर्स फ्रॉम द ऑप्शंस गिवन बिलो। द किंग रीच्ड द hermit सेल ऑन फुट। When the king approached the hermit, the latter was digging earth. The man who came running from the woods had a wound in his stomach. The king dressed the bearded man's wound with his handkerchief and the hermit's towel. After dressing the bearded man's wounds, the king slept on the threshold of the hermit's cell. नेक्स्ट देखते हैं, आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चंस इन अबाउट 30 वर्ड्स ईच। व्हाट वर द 3 क्वेश्चंस दैट ऑकर्ड टू द किंग? The 3 questions that occurred to the king were: what is the most important time to start any work? Who is the most important person for him? What is the most important thing to do? The king was curious enough to get the answers of all these 3 questions. Next question देखते हैं, question number 2. Why did the king go to the wise hermit? Why did he go there alone and dressed like a commoner? Many people try to satisfy the king with their thoughtful answers, but the king was not satisfied with any of the answers. The wise hermit was famous for his wisdom, and the king believed that he would answer the question in wisely manner. The king visited the hermit alone as a commoner because the hermit had sympathy only for common people. Next question देखते हैं, question number 3. Who was the bearded man who came running from the woods? How had he got wounded? The bearded man who came running from the woods in severely injured condition was the king's enemy who came to take revenge on him for his brother's execution. He was intended to kill the king, but the king's bodyguards recognized him and therefore wounded. Next and last question देखते हैं, question number 4. How did digging of beds for the hermit save the king's life? The king found the wise hermit digging the beds. He took the spade from the hermit and started digging the bed to help him. If he had not done so and had gone his way, the man might have attacked him, and the king must have repented on nothing or not staying with the hermit. Write the given adjectives against the characters the king, the hermit, the bearded man they belong to. Also find extracts from the story to justify your choice. Characters: king. Adjectives: inquisitive. Extracts from the story: he was very curious to know all the answers to his questions. Next होगा practical. He came to the hermit for help because he didn't like any answer. Characters: hermit. Adjectives: wise. He was famous for his wisdom. Impulsive. Hermit had power to impel people. That's why the king visited for him for his answers. Bearded man. Considerate. He planned to take the revenge of his brother when he came to know that the king was going to visit the hermit. Grateful. He was grateful to the king for saving his life and he forgot his revenge. Hordes. Briefly explain the answer the king got to his 3 questions. Making these answers your base, comment on the importance of the present moment in our life, about 80 to 100 words. The story provides us a moral about the importance of present moment in our life. To the first question, what was the right time to do anything? The answer: what? That when you have power to do certain work. Second question was about the right people. The right answer was the person with whom we are dealing with a certain time. And third question was the important thing to be done. To this question, the answer was to do any kind of good work in the service of humanity. As a student, the most important time in my life is when I am studying in school or at home. The people who are most important to me are teachers who guide me, my parents who encourage me, and friends who are a source of inspiration. The foremost task would be to reach up to their expectations. Next देखते हैं life skills. Life skills, knowledge gained through experience, is far superior to and many times more useful than theoretical knowledge. Discuss the above statement in the light of the fact that the hermit did not answer the king's question as soon as they were put to him. It is true that knowledge gained through experience is far superior to and many times more useful than theoretical knowledge. For instance, a person reads about PowerPoints and MS Word thoroughly, but due to the lack of experience, she would not be able to perform a task as good as a person who has experience. Above all, knowledge gained through experience leaves a lasting impression on our mind, while knowledge gained through book are likely to be forgotten after a certain period of time. The hermit could have given the answers to the king's question, but he didn't do so because he wanted the king to get answers practically. Writing skills. On behalf of the king, write a notice inviting people to respond to his 3 questions. Mention the questions also. Notice 3 questions. All the people of this kingdom are informed that they should prove their wisdom by answering the following questions. What is the right time to begin anything? Who are the right people? What is the most important thing to do? Any person who gives reasonable and faithful answers will be amply rewarded. The king. इसी के साथ हम लोगों का सॉल्यूशन वीडियो कंप्लीट हो गया। यदि आपको वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो वीडियो को लाइक कर दीजिए, और यदि आप मेरे चैनल पे नए हैं तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करके बेल आइकन को प्रेस करके ऑल पे प्रेस कर लीजिए, क्योंकि मैं आपके लिए एजुकेशन वीडियोस लाती रहती हूँ। स्टूडेंट्स, वीडियो कैसा लगा कमेंट करके जरूर बताइएगा, और अपने दोस्तों के साथ और क्लासमेट्स के बीच ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर कीजिएगा। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग।